48 years, close to 5 decades, and over 160 films to his credit, he's one of the biggest superstars in the Indian film industries today. After all these years, the excitement among fans ahead of a release hasn't dimmed a bit. In fact, the hype before the release has only increased. From Palabhishekam to Saravedi, 4 a.m. shows with friends, small companies shutting down, and more, the occasion is nothing short of a celebration. Slow motion sequences, stylistic gestures, and powerful one-liners from many of his films are a part of Tamil pop culture today.
தமிழ் படங்களை மறந்து வச்சுக்கிட்டு மியூசியம் முறுக்கிக்கிட்டு லுங்கி கட்டிக்கிட்டு நம்பியாரு கபாலி அப்படின்னு சொன்ன உடனே குனிஞ்சி சொல்லுங்க எஜுமா அப்படி வந்து நிப்பானே அந்த மாதிரி கபாலி நினைச்சியாடா கபாலிடா.
In looking closer at superstar Rajinikanth's popularity and his stardom, something that is intriguing is the fact that what we know as the formulaic hit Rajini movie has also evolved over time. The definition of it today is something along the lines of a savior who has to overcome obstacles to save his near and dear ones. This is something that we have seen Rajini do in Kabali, Kala, and Peta. Now, if we go by the trailer, the theme remains the same in Jailer as well, where Rajini's character goes above and beyond to save his son and his grandson. Rajinikanth's films in the new millennium was all about grandeur. This is the 2000s that we are talking about. So the grandeur was either an idea, like in Baba, or in terms of budget and conception, like in Shankar's directorial films, Shivaji the Boss or Yandiran. This was also the period where Rajinikanth saw one of the biggest hits of his career with Chandramukhi, which ran in theatres successfully for over a year. Specifically for 890 days at Shanti Theatre in Chennai. From a spiritual theme in Baba to a very scientific theme in Yandiran, Rajinikanth experimented quite a bit with the kind of films that released during this time period. If we were to look at the Rajini films which released in the 90s, it was more about lead characters that overcame their situation. A rich man abandoned by his father at a young age in Arunachalam. A loyal friend who is betrayed and wants to best his close friend in Annamalai. A man who works on the wrong side of law but has a heart of gold in Talapati. A hard-working son who earns back the fortunes that his family lost while also handling seduction by a modern forward woman in Padayappa. All of these movies are brilliant examples. These were also the movies that lent actor Rajinikanth into the superstar that he is today. Some of his iconic roles happen to be from this time period as well. Muttu and Basha, two very different movies released the same year, 1995, and cemented Rajinikanth's hold over his fans. Interestingly, the number of releases in a year also went down in the 90s as compared to the 80s. The Rajinikanth of the 80s mostly played the angry young man, and majority of his films explored the action and action comedy genre. The main themes of his films at this time was also targeted at families. While Bollywood actor Amitabh Bachchan is known for playing the angry young man with films like Zanjeer, Coolie, among others, Rajinikanth took over a similar space in the Tamil film industry. This is the decade where remakes were also popular, and a stellar example is Billa. Multiple adaptations of this film exist in different languages, including Hindi and Telugu. Some of the films that are a must-watch from this decade include Johnny, Murattakale, Thillamullu, Padikadavan, Velaikaran, and Dharmathin Talaivan. Finally, the decade that actor Rajinikanth debuted in, the 1970s. This year happens to be the most interesting. This is the time when he frequently worked with director K. Balachandar in movies such as Apoorva Ragangal, Moonru Mudichu, Avargal, Tappattalangal, and Ninethale Inikum. G. Balachandar was the one who introduced Rajinikanth to the Tamil audiences as well. And he was the one who gave Rajinikanth the stage name that is popular worldwide today.
ரஜினிகாந்தானி திரும்பவும் சிவாஜி ராவ் ஆக முடியுமா? இல்லை, நான் சிவாஜி ராவாக இருக்கிறதுனால தான் நான் ரஜினிகாந்தாக இருக்கேன்.
It is also in the 70s that Rajinikanth and Kamal Haasan shared screen space in films. As Rajini was relatively new to the industry, not only did he experiment with his roles, but also worked in multiple languages, including Kannada, Telugu, and Hindi. It is over the next 2 decades that Tamil films turned out to be the actor's stronghold. Looking at the expansive filmography of Rajinikanth, the actor's journey outside of his personal politics, his initial interest in political career, is fascinating.
யார் என்ன சொன்னா கூட என் ரூட் நான் போயிட்டே இருப்பேன்.
In tracing the growth of a young man who rose to superstardom, we also see the changing tastes and interests of the audience. In this vein, Nelson's directorial Jailer, set to release on August 10th, is sure to be another interesting addition to the actor's career.
ரொம்ப தூரம் போயிட்டேன். ஃபுல்லாக முடிச்சிட்டு தான் திரும்பி வர முடியும்.